Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. This is our first live for the new year,
Yes.
and we want to talk to something dear to our hearts, some question that we had for the world, and something that you can think about for yourself as well.
Yes. Very much
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do people stay in unhealthy relationships?
Yeah. We just want to make it make sense.
Exactly. Have you ever wondered why people do the things that they do? Well, we do too. Make it make sense. Oh my goodness. It's your favorite host, B Brown the Revolutionary, and none other than Sunshine Lorena. And welcome back.
Hola, hola.
So, people stay in relationships for a number of reasons, even if it's unhealthy. Can you agree?
100%. I can.
Okay. Okay. So, one of the things that I feel like why people stay in relationships when they know that they are unhealthy is emotional investment.
Yeah, yeah, I can see where the emotional investment on their part, on the person that is asking why they're in the unhealthy relationship, like on their part, because what is that person investing in them? Do you know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it's all about what they're doing, not what they're receiving.
Exactly. And when I was thinking about this, I wrote down a few notes. And
Hmm.
for one thing, they done invested a lot of time. When you done been with a person for a good long time, it's just hard to walk away
It
because
is.
you always looking at the potential of them doing better.
Yeah. And then it's also like, well, you see, I'm not this age anymore. I'm not in my 20s or I'm not in like my early 30s. I'm getting older. So I'm going to settle for this because what else is really out there? That's like the fear of like having to actually move on.
Exactly. Um, at the end of the day, um, it- people hate to admit it, but they don't want to move on to something new and have to start over.
Yeah, that's very true. The world, especially with the things that I see right now and speaking to a lot of single people and like hearing their mindsets, the dating pool is a scary place right now. It
I've been
really
seeing a
is.
lot of people say that online. I've
It,
been seeing that a lot of people say that, they have so much access to a lot of different people now because of Facebook and social media that they
yeah.
don't even care to stay in a relationship no more.
Yeah, but it's not even that. I mean, there is the potential of actually finding someone. However, it's like the thought processes of some of these single people, especially the ones that I talk to,
Mhm.
it's very scary. Like
Mhm. Mhm.
it's sad out here. I feel bad for a lot of the single people because like today I asked the question like who planned like it was a random question. I said, who do you plan dates? Do you plan or your partner plans dates? And this one person responded, if they've earned them, and especially if I'm paying for it. What do you mean earn? You have to earn a date with your with someone that you care about. Like you have to earn that. Like it's scary out here.
And then I hate to say it, but you treating this person like an animal. Usually when you're trying to train your dog, they earn their treats so they'll know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, it's like a very high school, well, a school mentality. That is.
Exactly.
People are very shallow nowadays and they live for like this social media relationship where everything is glittery and golden. And it's really not like that. Like they're not there for things that actually matter. It's all
Facts.
superficial. It's everything is very, very superficial.
Very much so. And at the end of the day, as soon as they through with one person, guess what they're gonna do?
Hop
Jump
on.
and get with hop on the next one that's available
Mhm.
in the inbox. They don't know nothing that you don't went through. Um, they, what I'm saying, ain't looked you up or nothing like that. All they
Mhm.
see is something else fun to do, honey, after they done went through all that.
Mhm. And then
Um,
more often than not, they don't see what it actually is to have a healthy relationship. Like they don't know what it is to have to rely on someone or to be able to have that person be your confidant, like your comfort space. They've never grown up in that type of environment. So they don't know what that's really like. They don't know what it is to be actually in a relationship, to appreciate what it is to be in a relationship. So they think like the toxic things that they have seen is what it's supposed to be, although that's not what it's supposed to be, like whatsoever. Like, once again, the other day, I posted, how do you let your partner know that you need them? And it's like, I don't, somebody said, I only need them for SDX. I can't talk to them about my feelings. They won't think I'm weak. I can't. I'm like, what kind of people are you encountering in your life? Like, why that's unhealthy. Why are you with people that you can't confide in, that you can't find good advice in, that you wouldn't take that person's advice, that you don't seek comfort in? Like, why aren't you surrounding yourself with those kind of people?
Well, don't sound like they want a relationship at all. They want a situationship.
Exactly.
Because a
Exactly.
person that you in a relationship is supposed to be somebody that you love, you care about, you hope the best for, you can push forward. If I got to treat you like
A small child.
somebody, right, somebody I don't even know, then that's not a relationship, boo. You got the wrong idea
But
of what a relationship is.
where did this notion come from? Especially, I hear a lot of men say this. Where does it become the notion that you are not supposed to be actually vulnerable with your partner? I've read a lot of men say that in like the comment section, like they can't talk to them, they can't confide. I'm like, well, why are you with this person if these are aspects of relationship that you need to be successful? Why are you with people that are like that? Why are you with this person that you can't talk about, like your innermost demons or whatever you want to call them? Like, why are you with people that can't give to you?
Well, for one thing, like you said, a lot of people don't even understand what a relationship is about anymore. These are situationships. They in situations. They create these situations, and when they get tired of them, they go on to another situation, which is why the STD rates have obliviously went up so high. I was reading an article today. Yeah. Every time you look up, they talking about these STDs, but nobody is paying attention.
At all. That's People are just practicing SDX and not doing it safely.
You
So
know,
that's a bigger issue as well.
so that's another reason why you don't even want to jump into all of that. Either way it go.
Especially if you haven't seen a clean bill of health like paperwork. Like, start doing that. Start doing that. Like, regularly. Start doing that.
Exactly. Let's bring on our special guest. We got a special guest coming in on the today's show.
Oh my goodness, who is it?
It is Miss Megan Williams Pope.
Hello, Miss Megan Williams Pope.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. We
ma'am.
can hear you very well.
Okay, I got my baby with me, so I'm gonna keep
Ooh.
my camera
Oh,
like I'm gonna keep my picture up today.
that's fine.
Okay,
That's
that's fine.
understandable.
That's fine. We understand here that
Yes.
in life be life, and especially for the women.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Most
Exactly.
definitely.
So as everyone can see, Megan is the cultured counselor, and we definitely love her. We love her for all the work that she's doing out here in these
Thank you.
school streets.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, because she's getting things done, and honey, we're gonna have to just introduce you to her the right way so you can see exactly what she be doing. But right now, we definitely talking about why do people stay in unhealthy relationships. And Megan, one of the first things I said, the reason why I said emotional investment. What do you think about that?
Ooh. As far as like emotional investment, what are you pertaining to? Like the way somebody make you feel, or like what part of it?
Well, I said because well, we said a few things. It's difficult for people to walk away because they didn't put all this time into a person. They may not even know how to approach the next person because they done got so used to this person and how things are going with them. You know
Right.
what I
Mhm.
mean? So and if you then invested just say 5 years into a person, it's going to be real hard for you to walk away from that situation, even though it's not serving you anymore because you're looking for that person to change.
Mm-hmm.
You still in the back of your mind thinking about this person going to improve. Things going to get better. They're
Right.
going to get better.
I think too, people stay together for that too, and because they're familiar with the person. Like they feel like they know a person. You know, you get to learn a person, learn their ways, learn their routine, and you don't
Hmm.
really want to, you know, do it with anybody else but that person.
Yes. And another thing I got wrote in my notes is fear of being alone. And
Right.
I done come to find out that the uncertainty of ending a relationship is hard for a lot of people.
Right.
And it's hard for them to move differently. It's just
Mm-hmm.
hard for them to
Mhm.
move differently, you know. And not only that, everybody should have somebody. I think
Right.
I do. I
Yeah.
believe so. When you done found somebody and they done stuck with you for just say a year,
Right.
once again, going back to number one, you still trying to see the good in this person, and you like, oh, this person can change. They for me, because they chose me to be with me. But we got to understand that people will stay with you for their alternative motives.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think too, like just the fear of being alone, like the fact that people don't want to be lonely. Like loneliness
Right.
is a very hard place to sit, a very hard
Hmm.
place to stay. Like to be lonely and to know that if I call this man, if I call this woman, if I want to, they'll pull up and I don't have to feel this. Like it's hard for people to see in it. But I feel like when you sit in loneliness, like when you really work through it and give yourself time, like you grow the most. You learn yourself, you learn, what it is that you want in life, what it is that you want out of a partner. And I think that
Mhm.
even for our culture, in general, with people in general, like people don't want to be lonely.
Mm-mm.
They
Mhm.
don't want to be lonely. So they
Mm.
Mhm.
settle. They settle for other people's wives and husbands. They settle. They settle
Come
for
Mhm.
on now.
anything just so they don't have to be lonely. Just to say that they have somebody.
Something.
Because, I've heard numerous women that sang these songs say, a piece of man is better than no man.
Right. And that is so true. A lot of women do have that mindset that if they just have something, a piece of something or somebody
Mhm.
else's, that they're
Yeah.
okay. And to me, that's really sad because like even with me on my spiritual journey, like I feel like it's sometimes where I just want to be alone. Like no kids, no husband. Like I need a time to just get my thoughts together, just to sit
Mhm.
in what I got going on. And like I feel like that's when you find the most peace.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But
Definitely.
you I don't know.
Well, what I've come to realize as well that when you mature to a certain level and you start actually loving yourself, you don't mind being alone.
Right.
True.
Because I was in a relationship for 10 years and then once it got cut off, I was absolutely okay because I had built up a confidence within myself and I said I wasn't gonna settle for nothing less. This is what I want. Boom, 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 and boom.
Right.
And
Right.
I was all right by myself and I was very selective. I didn't want to do no dating. I didn't want to play no games. What I did want to do is say, hey, I have a friend too. We can go and hang out, but that's it.
Right. Right.
But when you don't completely love yourself, you ain't at that point in your life because it takes a lot to get there. It don't
Mm-hmm.
happen overnight.
Oh yeah.
Um, Then, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you will settle for other people's husbands and wives, which is
Yes.
a whole different show as well.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, and you will also just allow anything to go. You may
And
fuss a little bit, but you're gonna always remain in that place.
right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I really wish that people would like do the work. Like do the work before. And when I say work, like on yourself, like I feel like we have so many failed relationships because everything is rushed now. Like do the work. Like work on yourself first because like in a marriage, like when people say marriage is hard work, like I got married young and I used to be like, what's so hard about marriage? But like marriage is hard work because like you vow to be with this person through thick and thin, to be
Yes,
loyal and to
Mhm.
support them and to grow with them. And growing
yes,
is hard. Like that's
yes.
why they call it growing pains because this shit is painful. Like
Mhm.
Okay.
people don't, I feel like people just overlook the fact that like when you choosing somebody, that person's not gonna be the same. They're not gonna look the same years from now. They're not gonna be the same
Yes,
person years from
Mhm.
now. You know what I'm saying? For
Mhm.
that, you have to learn how to continuously fall in love with that person, fall in love with
yes.
yourself. Like marriage is hard work. It's not for the weak.
That's
It's
right.
not for the weak minded.
Facts.
It's not like, and if we just take time to do the work, work on yourself, figure out what it is that you want, like what it is that you need, what are your non-negotiables. Like women don't even, it's a lot of women that don't have like non-negotiables. Like a lot of women will really just go for whatever just to have somebody. But like it's important to have like non-negotiables in relationships and friendships because that's like a boundary. Like
Mm-hmm.
non-negotiables are basically boundaries. And I feel like once you are able to communicate your non-negotiables or your boundaries with your significant other or with your friend or whatever the case may be, that allows that relationship to grow on healthy, but like on a healthy foundation. Like they know what you will take and what you want, what they can
Mhm.
say and what they can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Well, people don't even take the time to date. People don't even know what dating is. They don't
right,
No.
know. They don't know what they don't know that there are stages of dating. They don't
Yeah.
right.
comprehend that, when you're dating, you can date more than one person unless you're
You
exclusive.
can.
Dating is when
Yes.
you're learning somebody, when you're getting to see if your two energies fit, if what kind of person they are, what kind of person you are. People just
Right.
jump in and be like, okay, well, this is my girlfriend or this is my boyfriend. This, no, you who is this person?
Right.
What what is she allergic to? Like anything of significance, like not her favorite color, her
Seriously.
birthday, her zodiac sign. No, like
Right.
what's her favorite scent? What's her like? Something
Yes.
important. What's her grandmama name?
Come
Yes.
on now.
What's my granny name? They
Right.
just jump in head first and then boom, you're pregnant. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
That's how it go. It's like, oh hey, you cute. Oh, I know, thank you. Be my girlfriend. Okay,
Right.
boom, we pregnant.
Right. I
There,
Yep.
there,
know.
there's no time to get to know anyone. There's no
Right.
friendships built. There are no bonds built. There's no learning that person, learning to understand that person. There's none of
Mm-hmm.
that. None of that. They go with what
Right.
they see on TV, or they exhibit the same patterns that they see their mother or their father go through. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and then if that's no healthy relationship there, then how are they to have healthy relationships also? If that
Right.
makes sense. You know what I
And you
mean?
made a good point too about friendship, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say
Yes.
this: my realtor friend Shauna McCoy, she had made a post the other day, and she was like, "Can we normalize being with some dating someone for 4 seasons?" And I thought about that. I was like, that's true because like I see people now like they date people for 3 or 4 months or whatever, and then they're in a relationship. And like you said, dating, courting. Like I like the
Exactly.
older days. My grandma, when I
Me
was growing up,
too.
she'd be like, "You trying to court?" I'm like, "What is court? You trying to court
Thank
for
Right.
what?"
you. Thank
Like,
you.
But
Thank
that's
you.
important. Like you
Yes.
said, dating somebody, like we don't go together. We just getting to know each other. We just
That's
going out on
right.
dates. And even when you
Yeah.
in a marriage, like I still have to tell my husband, like, date me. Take me out to eat sometime.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, make me feel like we felt years ago, like, date me. Like,
Yes.
because
Yes.
that's the only way you can keep it going for real.
You better know
Especially when
what
you
to
got
say.
kids. Especially when you got kids.
Yes.
When you
But
work and
see,
have kids, it takes up so much time that you forget each other as a couple and as an individual. So you got to
Yes.
take that time to maintain your individuality and your union. And
Yes.
people don't do that anymore.
Yes. When you have kids, it's like, of course, the kids gonna take up the majority of your time and your focus, because you're trying to raise them. And I shout out to my husband because he is a really good father. But I think that both of us sometimes forget that even though we're parents, we're still lovers. You know what I'm saying? Like we
yeah,
really have
Mhm.
to make time out to love one another,
yes,
to continue to feed our marriage, and be affectionate toward one another, because if not, then we're really not being a good example for our kids, because our marriage isn't healthy. You know what I'm saying? We just
Exactly.
going through the motions. We going to work, taking care of these kids, going,
come
you
Mhm.
on
know
now.
what I'm saying?
And
Going
calling
to
it a
work
day.
with these careers, honey, just
Yes.
Right. We just
walking through life. I ain't even thinking about nothing anymore.
Mhm.
right. So that's important.
So I think it's a good idea, if you're in a serious relationship, to set aside dates, on your calendar and say, okay, we're going out on a date this night. We may go out of town this night.
Hmm.
We got popcorn and a movie at the house tonight. You know what I'm saying? So that
Right.
you will
Mhm.
stay on the path to know why you was in this situation from the beginning.
Hmm.
Exactly.
That's true. And we, like, as a married couple, like, we're young. Nobody is perfect. And we trying to keep it in the road because, baby, life be life.
You better
But
know what
Mhm.
to say.
the thing is, like, we do at least once a month. We do try to make time for just us. And baby, babysitters are hard to come across because these grandparents are not grandparents anymore.
They in the
Like,
streets.
they want to live their life too.
In the streets.
So,
That's where I be.
absolutely.
I'm
So,
not watching my grandson tonight. Goodbye.
right.
Try again. I'm in the
Come
streets
get
too.
these
What club you
kids.
going to? I see you there. You know.
Right. So,
Hmm.
it's hard to, like, really
Yeah,
make time for just you and your significant other, because if you ain't got no sitter, then we gotta go do something that these kids could do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Um, but I want to go back to what you said, Sunshine. As far as friends, I really believe that people have forgotten to the basis of any relationship, and that
Hmm.
is
Mhm.
friendship. And I
Hmm.
think that that's one reason why me and Shaq, we steady rocking, because, like, I tell people all the time, they be like, "That's your husband." I be like, "That's my homeboy," because so
Hmm.
Come
many
on now.
times I feel like me and him both I feel like me and him both fail as a husband and a wife, but we continue to shine when it comes to being a friend. You know what I'm saying? And I think that
Come
that is
on now.
so
I like that.
important. Like, I don't really like to put no, like, yeah, we married, and I'm not down in marriage. I support marriage. I want to see more black families together getting married. But I
Yes.
really think
Hmm.
that it's important for people to focus on the little things, the basis. In our
That's
Hmm.
right.
relationship, me and Shat were friends for like 3 or 4 years, just friends, and got to know each other, like, was honest with each other about what we both had going on. And I think that that's one thing that keep us going. Like, even when I'm not a good wife, I'm still a good friend to him,
Hmm.
and even when he's not a good friend,
Yes.
he's still a good friend to me. And for that, like, I love her, because good friendships are hard to come across. Like,
Say it again.
you know,
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
very true.
You better know what to say. And I think that's important, to be friends in your relationship. But I got another one that I wrote down in my notes. As far as why people stay in unhealthy relationships. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Low
Okay.
self-esteem. Low self-esteem.
Yes.
That's
Um,
true.
Yes.
they don't feel like they deserve better. They may stay in the relationship because they don't feel worthy of a healthier one.
Right.
Hmm. Especially if that person is like mentally and emotionally abusive.
Oh
Like,
Yes.
yes.
if you have fallen under the thumb of like an abuser or a narcissist, like seek therapy, like for real. Like, because you are not the person that they portray you to be. You are, that's not you. It was them. Go seek
Mm-hmm.
help. You're not the problem. It was
Right.
them. Believe
Right.
me, it was them. Like, people don't comprehend what that mental and emotional abuse is. So it's continuous. It's not like it's content over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So those people stay because it's like, well, if they think I'm worthless, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, like, why not just take this here instead of finding someone else and letting that person also tell me how worthless I am, or letting the next one know how worthless you know. So it's a
Right.
whole psychological thing with that right there.
Right.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think self esteem definitely plays a role in it. I really do.
Hmm.
And as far as just how you picture yourself, how confidence, like
Hmm.
that's another thing. Like I feel like people that aren't as confident will stay because they don't think that they can
Hmm.
find anything better. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They feel like what they have is what they can get
Or what they deserve as a
and
person.
what they deserve. Yeah. So yeah, that is a valid point.
Hmm.
And also, when you don't have self-esteem and you don't love yourself first, then you open the door for anything to happen to you. Because when you love yourself, you're going to set boundaries. Even if you really like a person and they don't know what to do, you'll stop and hold up, wait a minute. I
Right.
like you and all, but I don't like how you talk to me. So can we
Right.
work on that? And maybe that person just don't know. They need somebody to stop them and say, hey,
Hmm.
hey, no, don't talk to me. I'm a lady. Don't talk to me like that.
Hmm.
You know?
Most,
And for the ladies also, go ahead, Sunshine.
most people aren't taught boundaries. You got to think from the time that we're little kids. Let's picture this. Like, say you go to your grandmama's house, and that uncle that you be getting like them weird vibes from, be like, oh, come give uncle a hug. You like, yeah, no, I'm good. Your granny said, go give your uncle a hug. That's knocking down a boundary. I said no. This is my personal space. I don't want this person in my space. So from a young age, you're taught that that boundary means nothing. So
Yeah,
you allow that kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying?
I can see what you mean by that because it's been a lot of times, in the I'm gonna just say in Black people's world
Mm-hmm.
that you're not allowed to say no to people, or you're not allowed to,
Exactly.
because you being grown. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's a mentality that just has been able to be adopted into Black families because back in the day, it's you just do what I say, you do what I say, you
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
know. But you always got to be able to listen and hear what a person is saying, because you're right. If you don't set that boundary, then that creepy family member can do other things if they don't have a boundary. Oh,
Right.
they ain't paying attention, then they might try to do
Mm-hmm.
something else.
So,
You
and
know what I
then,
I,
so
mean?
if that no meant nothing, why does this no mean something? If I'm
right.
uncomfortable now, why does me being uncomfortable now and or unhappy now mean something when it meant nothing then? You're taught to not stand firm in your space as a
Right.
person when you're younger.
Right. I
That was
like
just,
what you just said, Brandy. It just made me think just the mindset that a lot of people in our community have, like the do as I say, not as I do mindset,
mm-hmm,
And
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. But I think it just
Exactly.
all falls back into the fact that we all have to start being better role models. Like I feel like social media platforms allow people to be and
Toxic.
eat that and allow people to be that, things that they truly are not. Just because you share a post or share a video or a picture, you know, portraying to be something or someone or doing something, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are. And I think that social media also plays a major part and a major role in relationships nowadays. And even in the media, because of what we hear and listen to, what we see all day. Is like my hairdresser said the other day, like people in the younger generation, they're so in a rush to be whores. Like, excuse my language, but she just said it like they're in a rush to be hoes.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
For real.
I
Mhm.
never thought
Yeah.
about it that way, but it's true. Like, people don't value relationships. They don't value loyalty. They don't, the music that they listen to, like, it's completely
Trash.
different. It's trash. Like,
Mhm.
and even the way that the younger generation dress, like nothing is hidden. Like people, you can go in a gas station
Come
now
on.
and they bottoms hanging out, but you want a person, you want a man to take you serious. Like I don't
Mhm.
think that the value
Yeah.
of self is there anymore. Like nothing, like I don't know. Like I don't even feel like younger generation value themselves like men and women. They gunning each other down. You can't
Mm-mm.
value your life if or value another
Mm-mm.
person's life if you can take it in a split minute over something really minute, like small and stupid. Like the
Mhm.
value of oneself is not there, and then you can put it back into relationships. The value,
Yeah.
people value themselves. They don't put themselves on a high enough pedestal. And when I say a high pedestal, I'm not saying that you have to be cocky or you have to have a nasty attitude. You just have to know that I'm not gonna deal with this. I am a child of God. I am who I say I am. You know, I'm not just posting this. I live this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just not there. Like,
Mhm.
I agree.
it's not there.
I 100% agree. For one
Mhm.
thing, um, I know exactly when the music changed. When it started to change, it made it more mainstream to be more ratchet, more ignorant, more stupid, just more outlandish with anything that you wanted to do. You could
Mhm.
sexualize everything. It didn't matter no more.
Mhm.
Yes,
But
And
look,
yes,
at that point in time, you seen children in the grocery stores, especially young men with their pants sagging down low. To me, that's disrespectful to our elders. Shoot, even to me,
mm-hmm.
like, don't nobody want to see your booty, homie. And
that's
Mm-hmm.
true.
also, for the young ladies, honey, baby, you got your chest out, you got your booty out, baby. You might as well
Right.
just be in the panties and bra.
Pettis and
Mhm.
bra, right.
But look,
So when somebody look at you and start sexualizing you and looking at you like an object, then you be like, oh, sexy red style,
Yeah.
because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's your defense mechanism, because
Right.
that's what type of energy, that's the energy you
That
attracting,
you're
period.
mhm,
attracting. But
right.
my thing is like I feel like a lot of the younger generation, and I keep saying that I'm young too. I'm gonna be 30 on Monday. But I feel like they want attention. They want love and affection, but they don't know how to receive it. They don't know how to ask for it. So the
Yes.
attention that they are getting, they really don't want that type of attention. And to be honest,
Right.
it's kind of dangerous in the world that we
Mhm.
live in.
Very dangerous.
But that's the
Yes.
only attention that's really easy to get, that they know how to get,
Facts.
because
Oh, very
like
true.
I don't
Mhm.
know.
No, but look at the type of relationships that are glorified. There's
Exactly.
no there's no truly like healthy relationship that is put up on a pedestal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's always there. It's toxic. It's the arguments. It's the fighting. It's the back and forth. It's the shadiness. There's no showing people how to work through differences, how to agree to
Right.
disagree, how to be angry at one another, how to be hurt by one another, and learn forgiveness, like true forgiveness, and seeking that path to making things better or making things right. Once again, there's none of that going on. Most people, and I
Facts.
really had to sit back and realize that I come from a completely different place in life that a lot of the people that I dated come from. And I had to
Mhm.
realize like I had a whole you don't comprehend just because your aunties and your grandparents were married, those are not your first teachers. Your parents are. Mine were, yours weren't. So I come from a different mindset and space and you where you don't comprehend. And I apologize because things that I took for granted that people should know, you just don't
They
because it
don't
wasn't
know.
available
Yeah.
to you. And you're frustrated because you think you know what you're doing and you don't.
Right.
You don't. So I had to sit back and really think about that. People don't have the model to understand how to drive the car.
Right.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
That's
Look
right.
at a lot of these abandoned women, children from fatherless homes. These boys can't grow into be men because there were no men around to show them how to be men. Whereas it's
Right.
always with these women can't grow to be successful, functioning like provisional women because they didn't have one. If my mama ran
Mhm.
the streets all day long and I got this, that, and the third, and I can't be focused on how to actually be a woman, to be a companion, to be a partner, to be like someone of substance, to be someone that knows how, like, this is a bad day for my partner. And although I'm having a bad day as well, we together have to make to comfort one another even in our bad spaces. They don't comprehend intricate things that make a healthy relationship. They don't take the time to
That's right.
understand what it makes to build a healthy relationship. That there's no foundation. There's just a structure. There's no
Yeah.
foundation to the unions. So when you have nothing, you get nothing. You can't build
Yeah.
upon nothing. So when you don't understand that, and those things you don't understand, those things are difficult, those things are hard, those things are
Mm-hmm.
painful, those things are selfless, those things are compromising. It's not all rainbows and glitter and sunshine like you see on the TV. It's not all like that. It's hard. There are hard times that come. You have to work through those. People don't want to work through
That's right.
hard times. Everyone's taught. Everybody has to win. Everyone has to like you. Everyone has to, and it's not like that. You have these ideas of grandeur, and then when you're given a stocking full of coal on Christmas because you forgot somebody's birthday, you don't know how to work through that. You know what I'm saying? So people they just like, well, F it. I'm gonna go deal with this one. And they'll deal with mine. And then there's the bare minimum. People are accepting bare minimum. And that's unhealthy as
Hold
well.
on. But it's something there as well. Soon as you jump to the next person, trust and believe there's gonna be a vice there as well. There is
Mhm.
no perfect relationship. Hello,
Mhm.
hello, everybody. Ain't no perfect relationship. You may make it perfect for you and your partner. Period.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's it. That's all.
Hold on. Let's go on to another one because I want to know what y'all think about this one. Some people stay in unhealthy relationships because of financial dependency. Let's talk about it.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
That
That's
just
very much
is what
facts.
it is. And I think that started way, 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 way back when people used to be set up. You can't marry that fam even in different cultures, Asian, uh
Yes, yes.
the
Yes.
the white culture, every culture there is.
They ain't got
Um,
my six goats, my barrel of wheat, and my corn. Like
right,
that's a purchase. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah,
So
Come on
I
now.
think
yeah.
that
You're not
that's
gonna marry the paupers.
right.
Exactly.
Right. They're poor. They
Exactly.
don't have
Yeah.
Yeah,
enough. They
yeah.
don't have enough cows.
Exactly.
This been going on since way back when, but I think that like it is. I think that is something that a lot of people um in our community, the black community, I think that we steer away from it because people preach marriage for love, and love is not the only thing that's gonna keep you together. You can love a person, but I don't feel like love is the only thing that's gonna keep you together. You can't just marry for love nowadays. Like, I don't know. People might disagree, but I think that it's more to a marriage that will keep you together. Because it's some people that I love them to death. And even people that I dated back in the day, I loved them to death. Or at least I thought I did, but I would not have married them because of different things and their ways and the way they handled business and you know things of that nature. But I do think that that's an important quality that we should bring to the table. Financial, their finances, how they handle money. Are they a gambler?
Come on now.
Like these are
Yes.
questions that should be asked because those are the very things that's gonna tear a family apart. Are
Hmm.
are they a hard worker? Do they hustle? Will they get
That's
up
right.
and go to work? You know what I'm saying?
Come
Is he
on.
a provider? Is she a provider? Um, we can't just be marrying for love. Like even when it comes to picking your partner, because when it comes to wanting to raise a child, you know,
Hmm.
I think it's important that we ask our partners, like, do you want to have kids? Like I've been a counselor, I have counseled maybe I know 3 people that got with a person and they wanted kids or they wanted multiple kids, but that person didn't want kids or they didn't want kids at the time. So now y'all falling out over not having kids or wanting kids.
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
that that's something because it's a lot of people, Brandy and Sunshine, out in the world that don't want kids.
That's
Hmm.
true.
They just want to live life, travel. They want to get married, but they don't want to start a family.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's something else that people feel is relevant. Like just because you get married, that means you're finna start a family. But
Right.
I don't think everybody think that way.
But
This
then
is so very true.
another thing is when it comes to dating, people don't date with a purpose.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They just go and date. Oh, I'm with this person. Well, what are their values like? What are their morals like? Where do they see themselves? Like where are you two going in the future? What are your goals together as people? Like people don't take the time to know the person. They don't take the time to set. I would never. I can't date without a purpose. What is my purpose in being with this person? If we don't have the same goals, what am I with you for? Oh, they could change and they couldn't. And I'm stuck 10 years later, eggs all like, I'm getting up there in age and I got to go through this whole process with somebody else. You're wasting my time. That's unhealthy.
Exactly.
We
Exactly.
have to normalize knowing what we want as people and walking away from individuals that do not suit our purpose. We're
That's
not taught
right.
this. We're taught to
Um,
just settle for everything.
I want to say hello to Miss Keandra McElrath. She said, hello, ladies.
Hello,
Taylor
Miss
Rain is also in the building. She said,
Miss
hello, ladies.
Taylor. Hello,
And
hello.
Taylor said, you can marry for love, but you must watch who you fall in love with.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Very
exactly
true.
right. And
Very
it
true.
feeds right into exactly what we're saying.
And people
Um,
will mistake lust for love. Please unlearn that.
please
That
hurry up
is
and
so
unlearn.
unhealthy. And I said this earlier. Someone said SEX is 90% of a relationship. I said SEX is 90% of a relationship when that is all you have to offer. Have something else.
Come on now.
Have
What
something
else do
else.
you have to offer?
What else? If
Come
that
on
person
now.
was laid up sick for 6 months and y'all couldn't engage in intercourse, what you doing? What are you
What else
conversing
you
about?
got?
What are you
Yeah,
conversing about? What are you learning? What are you doing? Like, what's going on? Life is more than just as the actual activity. What
that's right.
else do you have to offer? What else do they have to offer you? If the basis of your situationship, because that ain't a relationship, it's a situationship. Because relationships are building into something more. So if your situationship is based upon solely SDX, then you need to move on. It's unhealthy.
That's right.
That's what
And
else are you feeding?
Keandra said you must date with a purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
Because my thing is this, once you've been in multiple relationships and you get to a point where you're like, okay, this is not working. I need to find the one. What do I need to work on with myself? You get all to that and you finally figure out, oh, I love me. This is what I want. You will not settle for the BS. I don't
At
care
all.
what nobody say. You will
At all.
not settle for the BS. You will shut it down as soon as you see it, and you will start seeking exactly who you deserve.
Exactly. You will set those
All
boundaries.
right.
You will stop settling for absolutely like bare minimum basic behaviors.
I got another one that's it's something I feel like people stay in relationships for. And it's cultural or religious reasons.
Oh, very much so. Very
Yeah.
much so.
It's yeah, especially when you're married into a situation, especially if you're being pressured by your family to say, hey, that's a good guy. Hey, that's a
Mhm.
good woman. You should marry her. I knew her grandfather.
People
You
still
know?
do arranged marriages in
Yeah.
2024. People still do arranged marriages. So and I know a friend of mine from high school. She was supposed to be married to some older man she didn't know, and she ran away to Tennessee or somewhere like that. So yeah.
Exactly. Want to give a shout out to Roll Royce. Said, hello, ladies. Yes, ma. This is where I am now.
Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
okay. You got to realize one thing about life. If you're unhappy, you might as well just go ahead and not live a life. Because
Mm-hmm.
life, God meant for us to live life in a happy way. If you're
Mm-hmm.
unhappy, why are you even doing what you're doing?
And we also
And one of
also have to realize that the person you're with is not supposed to make you happy. You're supposed to be happy by yourself. They're supposed to add to your happiness. So
that's
that
right.
it is an unhealthy thought process to think that, oh, this person's supposed to make you happy. You're supposed to
That's
be
right.
happy regardless, and that person just adds to you. It's supposed to add to your life in general.
Because I'm all about a marriage. But if it get to a point in your marriage where you know that it is over, you're
Mm-hmm.
no longer serving each other. Those vows are important. That's why, I could never mess around with a married individual.
Mm-mm.
Period.
Mm-mm.
It's not gonna happen. But
Mm-mm.
when you make those vows under God, under oath, I feel like that's important. That means something. Like, why you
Mm-hmm.
even do it if you don't want to stick to it?
Exactly.
But some people get in those vows and their religious beliefs is there aren't any divorces. Baby, you're gonna get beat up for the rest of your life. Baby, sometimes you need the divorce. Okay?
Mhm.
It was a mistake. And we all make them. God, I already know you done made a mistake, baby.
But
Get
I
out.
believe if you're so embedded in your religion, you really thought, why would God want you to be in this situation?
Yeah, you made a mistake. You thought that it was supposed to, because some people can be conniving and trick you as well. Now, let's not get it twisted. And
Then
you'll be marrying the representative. You'll be in a relationship with the representative, and then when the real person take off that suit and come out, that ain't the person
mhm,
you want.
exactly. That's why this thing called dating is important.
Come on, come on
Dating,
now.
dating, dating takes more than like a week or two
Yeah,
or four. You know, it
yeah,
takes it takes a lot.
Right. And ain't nothing wrong with dating. Like, get
It
to know a
isn't.
person. Get to know. How about you get on the phone and FaceTime and laugh and chuckle it up? Let that be a date. How about that?
Yes. Yes. Anything can be a date. Anything at all.
Yeah. I got another one, Sunshine. This is one of the most,
Ooh, got
to
something in my-
me, craziest reasons that I know for a fact people use. Hope for change.
For what?
Hope for change.
A person will show you who they truly are, especially with in your time, not their time, in your time of need. A person will show you who they truly are, and baby, you best believe them, because they ain't gonna change. Best believe them, because they ain't gonna change. They not. That's
That's
who they
true.
are innately as a person. When something should click, if you're a person, if you are the person that they are in truly invested in, truly investing in, that click is just instantaneous, and they're just going to just do. There's not a thought, they're just going to do it. If they don't do it, they ain't finna do it. They ain't gonna do it today, tomorrow, the next day, 15 years from now. No matter how many times you tell them, no matter how many times you show them, they ain't finna do it. Why? Because they ain't gonna do it for you.
That's right. And a person change when they want to change.
Facts.
If a person think that you're worthy enough for a change, they gonna change. It ain't gonna even be no question about the situation. See, that's what some of y'all got to understand and learn. It's no confusion in your mind when you
Mm-hmm.
want to change for a person. If a person say, hey, I don't like you raising your voice at me. When you speak to me, can you speak in a regular tone so I won't feel away, because I feel, that triggers some form of trauma in my life. Can you not do that? Guess what?
And guess what? If I don't, I'll be like, no, I'm gonna say what I want to say. If I don't care, if I
Yeah,
do care, I'm gonna sit, reevaluate, and I'm like, you know what? My bad. That's how I am. I am that's just me, how I interact with people. But for you, boo, for you, boo, for you, I'm gonna calm down.
yeah,
People
yeah.
change for who they want to change for.
That's
If you're
right.
not that person, you're just not that person. And people have to understand that that is okay. It is okay to not be that person for someone. It's okay. You can be that person for somebody else.
That's right.
It is
'Cause
so unhealthy to think that you have to have this wildly toxic relation, like end of a relationship. You can amicably like split. You can amicably be like, okay, listen, we're not working as people. We should just like, dissolve the situation. There's nothing wrong with accepting the fact that you are not with the proper person and walking away. It is people stay out of ego and pride, like that. It's such a dirty business. It's
yeah.
such a dirty business. Like, it is so unhealthy. Like, the sins be sinning. They be sinning. Like they really, really do. Like, girl, cut bye. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do
Hold
this.
on though, because while we're talking about it, I want to get into this situation as well.
I'm
We
going to bed.
all know
Mm-mm. I'm
we
going to
all
bed.
know who this person is. If you don't, let me introduce her to you. This is Miss Chrisean Rock. She became famous by her ex, maybe finna be back boyfriend and baby daddy, Blueface. Everybody in the world has seen him disrespect her like no other. Everybody in the world seen him say her baby looked like Charles Barkley and he is not the father. And she went off and got on somebody else that she was dealing with. Then he goes to jail. Mind you, he got a whole nother family because he got a girl that he
Mhm.
just proposed to named
They broke up.
Jaden Alexis. Well, they broke up. Okay,
She
but
was
still.
she was some stud now, I want to say.
Okay. Well, to me, it seemed like Krishan found her spot to just jump back in the situation. And when she covered up the tattoo of him on her neck, we all thought that she had came to her sense.
Yeah.
We did. We thought
Yeah.
she had came to her sense, but that just goes to show you, which goes back to number 6, because that no, number 5. We said hope for change.
Mm-hmm.
She's been hoping for a change, and really, he's not changed.
He's not. He's not
Jaden,
going to.
Jaden changed and went and found her somebody else. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing that she did that I want to talk about is that she tattooed this man's mugshot on her face.
Oh wait,
Now,
did you hear that his other boo, quote unquote other boo, got that same tat on her buttocks?
no, ma'am, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
he got another boo.
He got another boo, and she got that same tat on her left cheek. I want to say
Okay, so once again, they
delusion.
had they delusional. They don't have no evaluation of moving into a healthy relationship. This is probably all that she thinks she can get. Blueface, when she met him, he made her famous. He had money. That's the highest status of a man that she's ever seen. It don't matter how much money you got. That don't make you a good person, Krishan.
But look at how their toxic relationship is so glorified. And
I'm
you
wrong
know
with it.
what? You know what? I'm gonna eat this like right here. I was rooting for this child. I really was, and I was like, okay, she done got over. She making the way. She making it through. She gonna do it for her baby, cause you know a lot of times when you have a child, things click. To most people, it clicks. It didn't click. This kind of stuff is so glorified. This
Mm-hmm.
is the norm. This unhealthy crash out right here, because they're crashing out. This unhealthy crash out is normal. It's
Yeah.
accepted behavior. It's the new norm. And if you're not toxic and yelling and screaming and cheating and busting out windows and setting things on fire, oh, he don't love me.
Yeah.
She'll love me if she ain't bleaching my clothes. What?
Yeah.
Wash my white clothes and bleach only.
Yeah.
And my
With
towels and wash rags. That's it.
yeah.
If
Which
she ain't deleting my PlayStation information, that ain't real love, homie.
but that also brings me to this one, and this was my last one that I got out of my notes is guilt or obligation, which she exemplifies that as well. She always talks about how he put her on, um, and she should be loyal to him. Like, ain't nothing wrong with being loyal, but be loyal to the right person.
But can what is loyalty to her? Okay, like for real,
Exactly.
like for real, like we have to as people define what loyalty is to ourselves, not what other people says that it's supposed to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing, and I mean nothing about this male, because I refuse to call him a man. There's nothing about this male that says he's loyal to her.
Right.
Relationships are about reciprocation. It's give and take and take and give and give and take and take and give. Okay. I'm going to give to you and I'm going to take from you. What I give and take is up to both of us. It's not a give and take situation. What is he giving to her? That's toxic. That's unhealthy. He's given her nothing save a child, a couple of STDs, and some bruises and some black eyes.
And another thing is, at the end of the day, um, like you said, they glorify this toxic relationship so much. She felt like at this point it's normal. And the people that are watching, the young minds that are watching, they feel like it's normal. They want them a Blueface in their life. They want them a Chrisean in their life. They feel like, oh, my Blueface gonna blow up, and then he gonna bring me up like he did Chrisean. And then you get stuck with a ninja that ain't doing nothing for you. Or you get stuck with a woman that, honey, is the night walker of the year.
But then again, like I said, this is normal to her. Look at her upbringing. Her upbringing was as traumatic as her relationship is.
Yes.
So we have to understand where people come from to understand where they're going. And if they haven't deviated from where they're coming, from where they came from, I'm not going where you going, boo. I'm not.
That's right.
People have to comprehend that you can't follow everyone. That's unhealthy. Right. It's unhealthy to think that every person that you're with is worthy of leading you.
That's right.
You can date for fun. That's cool. When you date with a purpose, that's better.
That's right.
If you can't trust that person, like I say, if you can't sit me down, I ain't got time for you. I'm a very doer. I got it. I'm good. I'm good. If you can't be like, no, I got it. Go over there with your energy, not your words. If you can't with just the energy, let me comprehend that. No, they got it. I'm gonna sit right here.
That's right.
What is that person there for? That is allowing you to live in your true self when you have a partner that you could just sit down for.
That's right. That's right. Well, y'all, that wraps up tonight's show. Sunshine, I want to say great conversation as always. You always bringing that intellectual side of every conversation, and we love that. We love that over here at Dab TV.
The glasses make me feel smarter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But my last sentiments on this situation is, when you get in a relationship or you're dating someone, get to know that person first and allow yourself to be happy. Matter of fact, be happy with yourself first before you go out here and start dating, because you don't want to bring that spirit into your relationship. Some people can deal with it though, and they may help you find yourself. But for the most part, try to see what it is that you're looking for, so that way you can find exactly what you want in a relationship and you don't settle. It's okay to date before you jump into a relationship. Sunshine.
When you are dating, date that person. Don't date the ex that just broke your heart a month ago. Don't date the ex that broke your heart 5 years ago. Date that person. See people for who they truly are and not for who you perceive them to be. Stop living in your past hurts and live in like your present blessing. Your traumas can defeat and just remove so many blessings from your life when you have not taken the time to acknowledge what's hurting or has hurt you and can move on from that.
That's right.
So deal in the present, never the past. And if the past like comes in the same lane as your present, allow your present to like say, listen, this is how I'm feeling. This is what you exhibited to me, and this is what it reminded me of. Not that I'm calling you that person. I am just telling you that you're exhibiting said behaviors.
That's right.
That's triggering to me. Stop putting things on people that don't belong to them and allow people to be an individual.
Exactly. That's a word. Well, I want everyone to make sure you follow us, follow myself at B Brown the Revolutionary right here. And also follow Sunshine at Sunshine Lorena.
Because I'm gonna let you
That's right. I want to give a shout out to Helen Crawford. She came through. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming through.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
she
Yes,
also
ma'am.
said, "Don't worry about what people think. You know exactly what to say,
Let's
baby."
see.
Exactly. We will be live again very soon. Just follow us and you will see when we pop in. Because sometimes we ain't going to tell y'all when we're going live. We're just going to pop in with that thing. You know what I'm saying? Just pop in because we may have a hot topic. But thank everybody for coming through tonight. And we will see you guys again. Again, make it make sense.